And welcome. Welcome to VW MOOC 24, our 10th anniversary and week 4, our final week. We've got 2 sessions today, one now and another one in about 2 hours, and you're welcome to join. So welcome joining us. Our speaker is coming to us from Germany. I think he's in Germany right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And that's Dieter Edward Hain. His avatar in Second Life and in other virtual worlds is Edward Tarber. A little bit about Dieter that you can read there. He's from Germany and he started playing around, I guess, with computers and programming in 1981. He set the course for a master's degree in computer science from the Technical University in Munich in 1991. Since 2007, Dieter is a frequent Metaverse traveler through almost all available grids, evaluating their usability for education, collaboration, and entertainment. What about business? Okay, maybe that would be for later. To provide a safe, simple, and reliable entry-level access to the metaverse. He started to create his own web-based, and this is the first of its kind, virtual world platform from scratch. And there's the link there. It's metaverse.community, and you can find it by Googling it to be accessed from the browser without any registration. In other words, you can go in as a guest, installation, or plugins. New features are constantly being added, and that is very true. So we're always excited to have you with us each year so that we can learn about the latest improvements and features that are valuable to all of us. He's also been able to offer a virtual platform for educational collaboration and entertainment uses. Dieter founded the Metaverse School in 2017. The platform currently successfully used by universities and students for online lectures, group work, and persistent rooms, language learning, and the performing of designing thinking workshops. So it gives me great pleasure to have you here with us on VW MOOC 24 once again. And as I said, thank you everyone for joining us. This is being streamed live. And let me stop screen sharing and let you continue. So thank you.
Okay, so thank you for the great introduction and for having me again. I think now for the 7th time. So not my 10th anniversary, but more than half of it. So it's really nice to be here again. And again, I will talk about the things we did the previous year. So which improvements are available, which results we had in metaverse research, and also in the implementation of specific use cases regarding universities and other things. You brought the word business up. With business, it's still rather difficult. I will come to it a little bit later because there are the same problems we have or had and still have in education, but in business they are even more difficult to overcome. So I've presented some slides, but again, this is one of the virtual environments we provide. Was created as a lecture hall for a university here in Germany. So the students could join here just as we call it, entertainment, of course. Before the lecture, they are able to play a video game. It's not just here, but again, you can really play that game. So I can drive that red car. Oh, not so good. But this is really fully integrated into here, so the students can use it anytime, but usually not during the lectures. And again, you can have posters. These are persistent, so it means they will remain here until they are changed. We have integrated different tools. So for example, this is a tool called Concept Board, which is similar to Miro. And the great thing is it's fully integrated in the virtual world. So it means I can really work in that tool here on that screen inside the 3D world. So you don't have to leave or to switch to another tab. So it's fully integrated into here. And yeah, you can work on the different topics as a group. So it's even multi-user capable. So it means if in a group of students is working on a topic, they are able to use these integrated tools. You can also have tools like Google Docs, so people can work concurrently on a document or other things. And of course, to show you, these things can also be used for giving presentations or lectures. So I will now take the speaker stand and guide you through my slides. I will later give you some more practical examples, what we accomplished in the last 12 months. But for now, here is a quick agenda. I will give you a short introduction. Then what was said before, when we started, also we are now live since 2013, and we really were one of the first web-based virtual worlds available. And to not be dependent on proprietary software and so on, I created this platform from scratch just using open source frameworks. Then we will have some information about the practical application of virtual worlds in research and education. I give you the results and also as some hints why, in my opinion, the metaverse is still failing, why the user numbers are not increasing and so on. Give you the conclusions. I will give you an outline what we are currently developing and what we have in plans for the next couple of years. And maybe in the end, we can have together a discussion because I'm also curious always about other people's experiences or ideas. And hopefully, this will bring us into the right direction. So, this is the only thing where I was able to win over the VW MOOC. We had our 10th anniversary already in December 2023. So that means we are now in our 11th year of providing virtual worlds in the browser. This is now the 7th annual presentation for the VW MOOC, which I said again, it's not only a pleasure, it's a real honor. I will give you then later some updates on the Cyber Lounge platform, the results of current projects, and the plans for the years to come. So we're not out of ideas yet. So probably for the next, I think probably forever, we will be able to improve things and bring you new features and functionality. So the main reason why this whole development even started was uh, at that time we only had things like Second Life and OpenSim available. Both these platforms are great, but they have one great disadvantage, which is you need a viewer. And just to give you some numbers, I was amazed myself when I read them. We all know Second Life currently has about 600,000 to 800,000 active users. But with Linden Labs, there are more than 70 million people registered with Second Life. The weird thing is, from these 70 million, more than 20 million never logged into Second Life, meaning these people quit before they downloaded or installed the viewer and connected once to Second Life. And this means this is usually for tech-affine people not a big deal, but for general audience, this is something which is way too complicated. And so my first requirement for my own platform was it has to run in the browser. No downloads, no plugins, nothing. You just enter a URL and you are within the virtual world. The advantage is it's independent of hardware and operating system, so it will run on literally any device having a modern browser. So it means it will run and work on a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, or a desktop computer. The performance, of course, is depending on the hardware. So it means the better the graphics card or the graphics, the GPU, the better will be the performance on your device. But still, we are trying to provide, at least for every purpose, also very lightweight regions. Means even on a simple device, you get acceptable performance. Uh, Main features, besides all things I will show you later, we have full support for text, voice, and video chat. So you can even combine using an avatar and still see your peers as video streams. And of course, we offer things like screen sharing, and even in a way that multiple people can share their screens on a big screen within the virtual world. Uh, we are able to import or create realistic 3D environments and avatars. Currently, we have full support for Ready Player Me. Ready Player Me is a company providing avatars for now more than 5,000 developers. And the great thing is it can be fully integrated. It means you can either choose one of, we have currently about 150 pre-made avatars, or if you already have a Ready Player Me account, you can connect to this account and import your avatar from there. So you have the full capabilities of customizing that avatar and use it not only in our world, but like I said, in hundreds or even thousands of others platforms also supporting Ready Player Me. And also important, also said by Nelly before, joining events in here requires no registration, no login. So it means even if you are a registered user and you are hosting an event, all your guests can come in there without having to register or to log in. So this is something which we are thinking is again something other platforms usually require a must-have registration, which already annoys half of the people. And we simply want to create awareness about the great things which are possible in here. So it means we don't collect any private data. So you can join anonymously as a guest and still will be able to participate in any event we host. Good. So what did we do the last 12 months? We had the chance to work together with 4 different student groups for 1 full year this time, which was great because not that much knowledge was lost between semesters as usual. And we divided these groups and had them first to define the requirements and the problems, especially with online lectures and learning courses. Then they did the full design of the immersive environments. I only had my working students create them, but the design was done by the students themselves. We then performed online lectures for master students as a proof of concept. And also, we had environments for offering a business English course for bachelor students. And finally, we were able to evaluate the results, why some things did work and some others did not. So, um, so this is something, also, it didn't came unexpected, but especially the lectures for the master course I would not say they failed completely, but the students simply did not see much advantages over a lecture in Zoom. Why? In this case, the teacher simply brought his content from real life into the virtual world. So it means the presentation was simply a slide presentation without any additional benefits. So there was no more interaction, no gamification and such things. So the only difference was instead of having black squares in a Zoom meeting, people were present as an avatar. So this is something where I would say, yes, you can do it, but you shouldn't. So simply doing the same things you would in real life, it doesn't work. People are annoyed, and the bad thing is people which are annoyed won't come back. So also we had to, let's say, use one group of students as guinea pigs, but we all know they didn't like it. On the other hand, the course in business English, they had uh, something I will show you later in action. But for them, there was created an artificial or a virtual village with different buildings for different purposes and many interactive objects, and also something like a small quest where they could find riddles, and if they didn't, if they found the solution, they could go on to the next riddle and so on. And this was a real success. We had a group of almost 40 students and they really liked it because this is something you cannot simply do in real life. And the great thing is you can switch environments if you need to, or you can create even environments which are not even possible in real life. Um, Another key thing is that people participating in these events, they need a proper introduction to immersive environments, how to navigate, how to use voice and everything. For us, we take things for granted because we are used to it. I've spent the last almost or more than 15 years in virtual worlds, so it's second nature to me. But for people which come into here first time, they need some guidance, some helping hands. And so we usually had a couple of 2 hour events where people, while listening to streaming music and having a party, were guided through the main elements of the user interface, how to move your avatar, how to talk to people, how to use the chat, and so on. And the same we did also for the teachers, which is even more important. But our experience is that teachers forget even faster than the students. So they need a continuous refresh of their knowledge. And one thing which came as a result of all these things was a playbook for the role of the so-called immersive coach. The immersive coach is a kind of consultant for teachers at universities or other schools, and creating awareness and telling people what will work and what will not. And then together, the teacher and the immersive coach can create a kind of script of how to do things, which can then be implemented by students, by scientific assistants or so. But first thing is first to gather the requirements and to check if the requirements are virtual world compatible. Not everything which is possible will make sense. So the conclusions we've drawn is, uh, but this is something, maybe I'm not the expert, maybe we should ask somebody from Meta, which, yeah, put about 50 billion of dollars into their virtual world, but the result is it's not about technology. So you can have the greatest technology if it brings no benefits for its users. It's just a tech demo. Um, Another thing is we all know in virtual worlds, literally anything and everything is possible, but this is too much for ordinary people. We have to offer solutions to specific problems. So it means when we can say, okay, this here is especially for language learning, then people don't want to know that you can also have a music party there or a dance party or whatever. No, they want something for learning languages, and that's something we can provide. So again, it's not about the technology, but about human beings using that technology. So it should be people-centered, not technology-centered. And thing is, currently, after the hype from 2021, the metaverse is not going completely into forgetfulness, but the thing is, the metaverse is not able to attract new users, at least not at a significant rate. Statistics are nice if they tell you, oh, there are currently 600 million people using the metaverse on a regular basis. And if you look deeper at the numbers, you see uh, more than 500 million of these people are in Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft. And only the small rest is present in what I would call social virtual worlds, where not gaming but social interaction is key. So the thing is, we need, also this is also the goal of the Metaverse School, not only to teach people in here, but also to teach people about the Metaverse. So to create awareness, what the possibilities are, what the dangers are. And the thing is, this knowledge is the key to use the Metaverse. Because just to have, again, like the first sentence, just to have a great technical platform doesn't mean anything. People have to be able to create their, I would say, even to create their or manifest their dreams in the metaverse. So they need the proper tools to create things, and only then the metaverse will grow. And last point is, uh, it's bad advertising to say everybody in a couple of years will spend their spare time in the metaverse. In my opinion, the metaverse should and will extend the real world, but it should never replace it. So back to our platform, what are we currently working on? At the moment, one of the major things we have implemented or still refining is a scripting engine. That means you can extend the viewer code with new functionality by creating kind of plugins, which can be, for example, region specific. And the great thing is uh, using this scripting, which is done in pure JavaScript, like the rest of the platform inside the browser, you have full access to every object in the virtual world. You have access to our physics engine. And as a proof of concept, I'm currently implementing myself just as an added script, a mini golf game. So it's working with true physics. So it means you can hit the ball, and it's working like in real life, but it can be then a multiplayer experience for people simply to have some fun. But it's a good demonstration. So it means literally anything is possible just using the extended scripting. Then we have currently now 150 different pre-built regions with functionality you can edit yourself. So it means you can change anything around here with built-in tools. You don't need external tools to create worlds, to edit worlds, and whatever. One great thing is because we don't want to be proprietary. So it means even if you use only prims to build something in here, you can still export that prim build as a GLB model and use this GLB model in other virtual worlds like Sandbox and so on. So it's an open format which can be used on the web anywhere you like. Uh, then we've started developing our version 2.0, which is currently in yeah, I would not say even early alpha, but it's making progress. So the new platform will make better use of graphics hardware. So it will, or currently, everything that's a browser running in 3D is using WebGL, which is the current implementation, which is now going to be replaced with WebGPU. So it means the browser will have a more direct access to your graphics hardware, which will allow for higher frame rates and more detailed models inside the worlds. And we will also, from the beginning, support WebXR. So it means if you have VR glasses like Oculus Quest or something, you will be able to enter the worlds in real 3D. And one more thing, with the improved performance, we also try to bring in more concurrent avatars in every location so you can have bigger events with more people. So currently from our tests, we were able to have between 40 and 50 people in here. And now we will try to double this, and I can show you later some load tests which we implemented to see where we have bottlenecks, if it's the client-server communication, if it's the rendering or so on. And yeah, I think the results later will speak for themselves. Okay, this is something I would switch to later to have maybe an open discussion. What your experiences were so far, what have you learned that things that did work and things which didn't, and maybe together the questions I'm asking myself all the time without uh, a good answer is what will be the future of the metaverse, or even when will it happen? Because currently we don't have that metaverse. We have dozens or probably even hundreds of metaverses, which are just like small islands in a big ocean. So we will come back here later. Just give me some. So like I said, this is one of the environments for the students. So what did work better was to have a lecture here, but in a different format. So usually the professor talked about a topic for 10 to 15 minutes, and then the students were able to go as a group into a so-called breakout room. I will go now there. So it means you are teleported to a different regions with usually 4 to 5 people where you could work together on a topic. So this is then a different environment where you still have the same tools available, your board to work on, uh, things for screen sharing, or even to bring in your, like I told you, to have your video in here. So now you can see me or can have my video here. So hi everybody, this is really live. So it means you can share all the tools you have and have them in this room. So it's not a single, but there are four rooms of this kind. So you can have four student groups work in parallel. And when you are done, you can teleport back to the auditorium and continue with the lecture or first discuss the results. And the great thing is because everything is on the web, it means if I'm working here on a specific part of this document in the auditorium, the professor can see in real time what the different groups are working on. So makes it very easy to have not, I think, control, but to see if there are some problems, if people need some assistance, and again using the features to its fullest extent. So having a lecture like this is more fun for the students because they have some tasks to do and they are actively involved in everything. Another thing I want to show you, hopefully it should be possible, just I prepared it. This is the so-called Meta Village. It's a whole village with lots of buildings designed and created by the students for learning business English. And so here is a map of the village and which buildings are there. What was it used for? Uh, the first thing which was tried and which was quite fun was a kind of role playing. So the students had to go into the different buildings. Another student was there playing the role of the owner of the business, and through their talk, the students should find out what is the goal of the company, what it's producing, and what's the form of organization. If it's just the office of a freelancer, if it's a C Corp or an LLC, and such things. And in this way, people were able to apply their English skills and all that in a kind of fun manner because that's something we learn very quickly. If people role play as an avatar, um, they are much less inhibited like in real life. So it's really possible to hide behind your avatar and still speak in a foreign language without being afraid of your accent or wrong or missing words. So we can look into different, here, this is a clothing company. And so sometimes where it's available, you can teleport to the second floor and so on. But I will simply show you around. You can see here lots of stuff here. So this here was an example, the virtual volunteers, an example for an non-profit organization trying to protect animals, so with which are on the red list or in danger of extinction. So and where they are living, and this was also part of the role playing. Then here the virtual voice, something where students were able to learn things about social media and the proper usage. Or here, galactics, our SpaceX clone. And here you will find things always with a green arrow. So it means I will show you things you can do. You can teleport up and again. So, and here we can show you some parts or pieces of our puzzle quest. So many things here are interactive, and you can get a riddle which you have to solve to find the next thing. Uh, for example, let's start here. It's not the first one, but here's a small sequence. Here on the table is a riddle. I can put it on the screen so you can read it. And so it means you have to keep these words in mind. And if you look around here, you will find it out. Okay, this could be a warehouse. And here you will find the next riddle, number 3. Okay, find out the hierarchy of the company using the org chart. And if you get it right, you will find your next task on the employees' desks on the first floor. So you can look now here at the org chart. I will make it quickly because everybody is able to try it on their own. So we get that down one floor. And here are the employee desks. And here we have the next riddle, and so on. So it means in total there was short of 10 or about 10 different pieces. So people were busy for about 15 minutes, but everything for them in a foreign language, and everywhere they could find new stuff and new tasks and things to solve. So this is really interactive. We can make it even more complicated, but for starters, this was quite fun for the students. And it's the good thing is if you create such an environment, you can scale it very easily. So it means everything which is here now in English for a German learning business English, you could have a similar thing and replace everything from English into French or Italian or Spanish or any other language, but without having to change the environment. And here again, a riddle which sends you over to the fashion company. And there on the second floor on the desk, you will find, yeah, what do I have to pay? You will find an invoice, and invoice is a word to be learned. And yeah, so you can combine the fun stuff with everything else, and so on. And in principle, there only your imagination is a threshold. Anything else can be created in here. Here's so-called pixel brew, which is an outlet of a brewery. I don't think here were any riddles, but like I said, it's something you can you can create very easily. Oh, there's no oh, a broken teleport. So you can see that everything really is live. But to show you really here um, around so and everything here, the doors can be opened and closed. They remain open until somebody closes them and so on. So you can always have a look around these. And all these places are public. So if you join the Metaverse or not join, if you enter the metaverseschool.com, you can visit these places and don't be afraid as a guest. You are not able to break anything or so feel free to visit it and give it a try. Yeah, next thing I switch locations very quickly and just to show you what's possible. So this is one of our newer, so the region is not so important, but I wanted to show you something about performance and load testing. So here we have our dance floor. And because I don't like to dance alone, I can create a small crowd. That's yeah. And now we have here in real time 150 avatars dancing and all inside this browser window. So it means for the future, bigger events will be possible if we will be able to manage the client-server communication for that many people and also to be able to have voice available for speaking to each other. And yeah, so and the great thing is here now, well, 150 avatars didn't even slow down my Mac Mini. On my MacBook Pro, I did some testing with up to 1,000 avatars in a single region. And to the questions, yes, if you are with friends, which are is here, you can offer a teleport. So it means now, Andrea, you will get an invite to join me here. Ah, yeah, Valerie, this location is again on the Metaverse community server. So I'm switching servers, but I'm not running away from you. And also one thing we've added is we have now something like gestures. So it's from your keyboard you can directly start specific animations like waving or with both hands, clapping. There's even a sound file available for applause and pointing to something. And else it would be boring. You can have the backflip if you're really happy. But so this really is a crowd, and for us it's a simple tool to create video clips with lots of people because you can assign different animations. So you will notice not all avatars are doing the same dance. They are using different dances and so on. So also we have multiple idle animations, multiple sit animations, and multiple walk animations, and even different animation packages for male and female avatars. So I think that's all from me for now. If there's interest or if you like, we can have that discussion. So I will switch back here and go back to the auditorium. So
Thank you. Thank you so
so
much, Dieter. Yes, a lot seems to have changed, but I'm still having the same problems with getting a new password. This is something that I've had
ah, okay.
these past years.
I will reset your password later by hand, no problem,
No, thank you,
and
thank
then
you. I'm just saying this is the only
send you a
thing
quick, yeah.
that I've managed to that stayed the same for me. But
Yeah.
everything else looks
But like I said, you can always also enter as a guest, so there's no need
yeah, I
to
did
have.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But then you can't find friends and it's different.
yeah. That's because as a guest, the problem is you have no persistent ID because
Yeah,
next time you
exactly.
could. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, there's also, you shared this a while back. I don't remember what it is, and I'd like it back. How to get the avatars to do different things like the back somersaults, to dance, to do
It's
different
just
animations.
it's just the keys
It's an
from one
Adobe
to
something
five.
or other. I don't remember.
Yeah, yes. Also the animations are from Adobe. It's
Adobe.
Mixamo. Yeah,
So I remembered something. I just don't
yeah,
remember the link. If you could share that in the chat, maybe we can share that
yeah.
as
Also
well.
this is simple. Or even
Because I
here.
think it's amazing.
Yeah. Also this is uh, it's a service by Adobe, but it's completely free. You just need
Yeah, and
a free
if
account.
people haven't tried it, you have to try it.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and it really it adds a layer of I guess immersiveness because You know, when your avatar does all these crazy things, you are definitely immersed in the activities.
Yeah, also currently we have 10 different dances and everything, so it
Yeah,
makes everything more realistic.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying to give everybody a chance to speak here, but because um, there we go. Give you a chance to unmute yourselves so you can speak. That would be great. Or you can open up your video, but just make sure that you realize that it's being streamed. So your voice is fine. Nobody will recognize you, but your face, if you open your camera, others will be able to see you. So any questions or comments throughout? I love the fact that Ready Player Me is here because that makes a huge difference. And what's interesting is with Special and other platforms, the Ready Player Me doesn't walk upright. But here I noticed that it walks upright.
um, yeah, but also, I have to tell you, it wasn't that easy. Also, Ready Player Me does everything a little bit different.
I know. So how did you manage?
And
Well, I'm not going to ask you. That's a secret, I presume. But
no,
I'm
no, no, because everything, like I said, I'm using open source as much as possible.
uh-huh,
And the thing is, with Ready Player Me, they have simply a different orientation. Usually, if you have three dimensions, you have X, Y, and Z axis,
right.
and Z and Y often are exchanged.
Because the avatars are hunched over with Ready Player Me on Special and other
Yeah,
environments.
but this is spatial simply, uh, or they didn't use a proper implementation. Also
Yeah, and it shows.
that's all. Also yes, it took me not some but a lot of time.
Mm,
But we currently support different types of avatars. So it means, yeah, this is a very old one. This is Selby Evans still,
yeah,
which was created from an OpenSim model. Then we are also able to import models from Make Human, which is also an open source tool. These have a little, or these are a little bit more detailed than Ready Player Me. But Ready Player Me, the last 2 years, became the standard because uh, the thing is, uh, everybody can use their editor, and Ready Player Me also improves all the time. I think with the next release, they will also have morphable avatars, and for a couple of weeks now, you are also able to create custom assets and your own clothing lines in there.
that's great. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, and this is, I guess, because you're developing this, and I'm glad you haven't stopped. There are lots of virtual reality platforms these days. Since I work with them, I discover new ones every single, I think, week, all the time, new ones. And they're becoming better and better. They're more for the business world and less for education, I guess, because they need to get the funding from somewhere. And universities aren't that interested, at least not all of them, and not enough of them. I wanted to ask you if you think that maybe this kind of metaverse, the virtual world, because this is virtual worlds, so far, maybe you're planning on adding AI and other things to it. I don't know. But do you think that maybe the metaverse will somehow lose its popularity and AI, humanoids, and other environments with AI tools will take over in the very near future?
Yes and no. Also, I think, also first, the metaverse still has to gain traction. So it means most of the people are not even aware that at least a first stage of the metaverse is existing. And in my opinion, the the best way the metaverse can benefit from things like AI is to create significant content with AI for the metaverse. So you use a prompt, and the prompt will create objects or even scripted objects within the virtual world for you. I
That would
think
be
this is,
great. That would
and
be
I think,
wonderful.
and I think this will happen in a couple of years. Also
So you think, yeah,
with static meshes, it's already possible. So there
right.
are a couple of platforms where you can create 3D models just using a prompt, and you can directly import them in here.
Well, you could do it now because this is all HTML based, right?
Yes,
I'm
and
wondering about, sorry, I'm
yeah,
wondering about the colors and colors are very important to people and sharp, clear colors. Um, I guess that's also your preference, whatever you prefer, and you can add instead of having brownish red chairs, I could have
yeah.
bright
Also this is
purple
the thing is
chairs.
you can replace the chairs, you can put in another floor in here. So
Mhm.
everything which is in here can be edited or modified or exchanged just using the in-world tools.
So what about colors? How do I bring in
Uh,
color? HTML?
no, also just for example, let's make it easy. Um, Create something.
I'm thinking of textures.
Yeah, also for example, I will put it here higher. So just to show you. So uh, now we have an object you can move around in space. You can give it here material. Uh,
Okay, so you've got a picker.
yeah, I have a picker, or
Yeah.
you have a thing like giving it a specific texture. And the most or the simplest thing is if you have a JPEG file on your hard drive, you can simply drag it onto the selected object
You mean drag and drop.
via drag and drop. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
means you can have a collection of textures or images on your hard drive, and with drag and drop, you can bring it into here, and it's applied immediately.
And this is not available to everybody. In
Also,
other words, not everybody has all these the inventory with all these features.
also every registered user has an inventory, and if you are a region owner or if you have your own region, then you have all these tools available automatically.
Oh, there are a lot of new things there. A
Yeah.
lot. I mean, I'm thinking of last year.
Also,
Absolutely
and
amazing.
here, for example, you have different things you can. I can also here change the dimensions,
Scale. Mhm.
the scale, and I can also the easiest thing use my mouse not to rotate but to move it.
With your mouse, actually, which is different from Second Life.
Yeah,
Second Life, you have to use the arrows, but here you can move it with your mouse.
yeah, and with shift or without shift, you can use it in all three dimensions directly.
So actually, it's a lot easier. Well, it's definitely a lot easier.
Yeah, also it takes some also this moving around with the mouse I use very rarely. I'm honest because it's not exact enough.
Yeah, of
So
course
I
not.
really use the real coordinates for everything. And but on the other hand, you can directly apply things like if you want to have a cube which rotates, you don't have to even to script it. You can have animations for rotation, movement, and scale directly applied to the object without any programming. Also, you can have things which we call events, means if I click on an object, what will happen? Also, we have click and touch events, and then you can say, okay, play a sound, play music. Talk means you can enter a text, and if you click on this object, the text automatically is transferred from text to speech.
That's amazing. You've done so much this year.
Yeah.
You've been really busy. My
Yeah, some
goodness.
of the features were available already, but only for, let's say, for us internally. But now I think they are production ready or can be used by everybody. Or you can have an object as a teleporter. You can open a URL in a also you can have something like an advertising, and if you click in the next tab, the URL is opened. Such
Amazing.
things.
If students want to experiment with this, if they want to create an environment for a
Yeah.
project and things like that,
So
would
we,
they be
we
able to do this for
yes, we
free?
can. Yes, we can create. Also, because we can offer this because it doesn't cost us anything. We can create a
You don't
sandbox
have to say
region.
that, you know.
Yeah, also also I can't say it openly. I'm also it is a real, let's say, a labor of love. Of course, we also love to make money with it.
I
But
understand.
the thing is, usually before you can make money, you have to invest things like time and efforts. And like I said, we are here to create awareness and for students to do something. Uh,
Great.
I also
That's what
I
I'm
can.
looking for because I've got some
Yeah.
students who are looking for an
Yeah,
environment
also
and
here,
this
for
would,
example, I just can here, one of the registered users, I can choose one and create a region for that users, either with a limited for a
excellent.
limited time spent or for infinite. And if I put create, this is all it takes to create a new world with sky, water, terrain, and there you have all these tools available to build, yeah, whatever you can think of.
That's wonderful.
And I can just let's go.
Ashvin, do you have any questions I've got about this? This might be a nice solution. Lovely. Wow, this wasn't there last year. I mean, some of it.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
we have also lots of.
wow.
I will just show you some.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So you don't have to start from scratch like I had. I had only a
Yeah,
terrain,
and
a
also if you
terrain.
find if you say, oh, I found a region, I want something like this. It's also that's something. For example, here.
Wow. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and if I don't know if you can hear it, this region also uses spatial audio, so it means you can place MP3 clips somewhere in the region, and if you get closer, the sound gets louder. For example, I can now hear the waves on the shore. The only thing which is not working, maybe or very likely next time, because I was not able to script it yet, then you will be able
You
to
go
use the
scuba
jet ski.
diving?
Yeah, nah, scuba I'm not, but you will be able to use the jet ski.
All right. I thought, sorry. I went one step further.
Yeah, but again,
Maybe
also,
that's for next year.
yeah,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
yeah, also. And for example, these are models simply imported from Sketchfab, also a site for free models, which you can use in many environments and more for, because not for today, but in 2 months we have Halloween again. And we also, I think, where is it? Like I said, we have too many regions already. Ah, yeah.
Wow, you got one ready for Halloween.
Yeah, this is one
Spooky.
I created because the other one were done by my working students, so I had to do one for myself. Just, but I also used some models and some scripting. So this is a real spooky one.
Yeah. Well, look at those hands.
Yeah, and or here.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's great.
And but for Halloween, the most important thing is, of course, to have a Halloween a DJ for music and all the pumpkins. But yeah, but here we are using everything like the lighting, that does a dark fog that
But there
makes
is
everything.
control. There is control for that as well, right?
Yeah,
You can turn on the light or maybe not.
right. So the light itself again is an object I placed there, and you can also have an object browser. You can see where everything is. And just let's check, where is it? And we can have a filter light. Ah, yeah. So yeah,
Wonderful. Wow.
there's a light. For example, the light currently we can have the attributes. Um, so this is a light color. I could also switch it now to make it pink or whatever color you can imagine. So you have full control about every object in the scene.
Wonderful. Wow. Really, you've done a lot.
Yeah, so it also helps us create content. So this means real features aren't, or new features aren't that much regarding what you can do, but to build or create things, this is much more powerful than before.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Wonderful. We'll have to get there. And if I can
Yeah,
get in once again with my account,
yeah,
because I can't create a new one with the
yeah.
same email, that
Right. You
would
have
be
to choose a
great.
delete.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
I
I'll
can
remember.
reset it.
Yeah, thank you.
I will give myself a note
Thank you.
and
And
send
send
you
me
an email.
the PDF
Okay,
animations.
yeah,
I
of
lost them.
course. Yep, I can
Thank
do it immediately.
you.
And
Anyone else with questions or comments? I see some comments that this is amazing. Everything you've done is awesome.
yeah,
And I'll
also
pass it on to my
if you want to have
students.
a sandbox, just send me an email. That's no problem at all.
There's a question there by Ash. Is it possible to add an element such as AR, artificial augmented reality? Medical student inside the Metaverse platform, an avatar can explore a heart and inside parts is manipulating it as a new upload as AR. I'm not sure. Ashwin, maybe you want to ask the question? You have audio.
Yes, currently we are not supporting AR, but of course you can import a model, an animated model of a heart, and you can even, if you use the scripting engine, you can make things happen if you click on specific parts.
That's great. So there's a question there about paid. I think it's free, right? You said
Also
for
currently everything is still
everything is
free.
free.
And if you really want to use it commercially, then we will find a solution.
No, that's another, yeah.
Yeah,
No, but for if you're doing something for free, if you're a student and you want
yeah,
to create an environment for a project or anything like that, or if you're a teacher and you want to teach
yeah.
and you're not charging money, then
Just
it's fine. But if
yeah,
you are,
just
then you have to talk to Dieter.
drop me a note. Here in any case, you will find my contacts. Sorry, here. So it will also be in the PDF.
Wonderful. This is great. All right. So we'll have
And
to
if there's
explore it
interest,
ourselves.
also we also offer some free introduction courses for using the platform, and also we have one prepared for building inside the platform.
Wonderful. That's great. How long
So
are
for,
these? The
usually
courses?
usually about 1 to 2 hours.
Oh, wonderful. That's worth
Yeah.
it.
Also we usually also if there is enough demand, we schedule 1 or 2, and then everybody can join.
Great. Well, we'll have to spread the word
Yeah.
and get some people. I'm sure there's some here who are interested. If you're interested in a course, an hour and a half course on how to build in the metaverse in this metaverse school, what do you
Also,
call it exactly? I mean, the name changes. It's still metaverse, but that's been used. So is
yeah,
that
the thing is, our platform still is Cyber Lounge.
Cyber
This,
Lounge? Okay.
this is, yeah, and the version 2.0 is our internal code name is Cyber World.
Okay. So
This will
we've
be the
got about,
successor.
how many people are here? 11. I think about at least five are interested.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to the numbers? I guess not, right?
Also, yes, there is a limit, but we are far
Okay.
from it.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
The thing is, also best is simply send me an email. I'm interested in an introduction course, the Metaverse 101, or a building course, and which time for you is best. Because of the time difference, then we can find a slot which is suitable, hopefully, for everybody.
So I think this time is probably good for you, right around this time, or maybe
Yeah,
not.
for me it's good, but the courses are usually done by one of my crew members, and
Mhm.
for them a little bit earlier is better.
Okay. So
Because
it's
for me it's
European time.
because for me it's already 10 p.m., which is not a
Okay.
problem for me.
So we're talking about European time after late afternoon?
Yeah, usually.
Okay. Around
Also
three or
if it's
four?
something between 3 to 6
Okay. Three to
p.m.
six.
European time, this is no problem.
3 to 6 Central European, I guess,
Yeah,
European time.
and if you only or if you want to have the 101, just how to navigate everything, this is even easier because you remember Steve Levine, which is
Yes, of course.
still supporting us. He also gave these courses before, and he's in a better time zone for people in the US.
Right, exactly, because Steve's in Pacific or
Yeah,
not
he's in
Pacific,
Arizona, yes.
Arizona, right.
Yeah, but
All
it's the thing
right.
is this is
So
yeah.
we'll get in touch. You can also contact me, by the way, and I can contact Dieter. If you're interested, just contact me and I'll
Yeah,
uh,
but like I said,
contact you.
the my contact is in will be in the slides. I will send them to you immediately
Okay,
afterwards,
wonderful.
so you have a
Because
PDF. And
All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining
yeah,
us. And
you
thank
are
you,
so
Dieter,
welcome.
for doing so much this year. I mean, I can't believe you've done more this year than you did in, I think, in the last couple of years,
There is a
in one
specific
year.
reason. I'm working less.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I've worked enough in the last 40 years, so I now have I'm still have my company with everything, but I only work 3 days per week.
Oh, that's why you had time. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right. So
And
thank you.
you see what happens if I have too much spare time.
I see. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
The
but it's
change.
still fun after all the years, and yeah, it helps a lot. Everybody, also even myself, when I'm using it.
All right. So thank you. And we'll see
Thank you.
everyone in a couple of hours. We've got another session coming up. Thank you.
Okay.